Welcome, welcome, and hello, and welcome to Cap at Home after school, hanging out with me, Miss Gabby. And today I introduce to you to our 3D Halloween landscape with some spooky music. And this is an awesome project for all ages. If you have a parent around to help you. But yes, I have some tunes in the background today. 'Tis the spooky season. It is one of my favorite holidays. Halloween is this Saturday. So what better thing to do than create a Halloween project? And you can see I have some of my paper garland up from last week that I created. And I will definitely post that in the comments. So if you have not seen that one yet, you can definitely make that first, but we're continuing on today with some paper project with making this awesome 3D landscape. So let me show you what we're going to need to get started. And don't mind the music, I'm going to keep it on in the background, and if you hear it, yes, it's Harry Potter's theme song. That was, I thought, the perfect, song to start off with. And you can see here I have as decorations some pumpkins, and this is also the first thing I made for this Monday, on Mondays for our October series, are these awesome paper pumpkins. All of mine are all around my house. I made quite a few, but I'll also post that in the comments in the description too. So what we'll need today is some cardboard. So if you have any cardboard lying around from all this packaging or presents or something that you've been buying, here I have some cardboard. That's what we're going to need to help make our project 3D. And we'll need some, sheets of paper. So if you do have just some extra white sheets lying around, awesome. If you have Halloween colored, even better. Just so it's going to help us with our layers for our 3D project. And you see I have just orange, black, and gray. And if you want to see my, sample project, you see that I only used 3 sheets to create my project here. So you'll need at least 3 sheets with some extras for our awesome designs here. So I have regular standard size sheets, 8.5 by 11, 9 by 12, whatever that you have. Awesome. If you have any scraps, these are some scraps from my paper garland video that I made. So we're going to use that for sure today. I have scissors, awesome. Glue, if you have a glue stick. A hot glue gun is too. If you have an adult here to help you, if you have extra glue sticks, awesome. Mine's been plugged in for a minute, ready to go. And if you have an X-Acto knife or utility knife, you can use that too instead of scissors. But I will be showing you how to use the scissors for sure, and a pencil. So let us get started. Oh, and if you have a ruler, awesome too. Awesome. So right now we're gonna need to create our 3 layers. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to have maybe just 1 gray and use 2 blacks. So what I want to start off with is our most back layer. So what I want here, actually, I'm going to start off with the first here. So we're going to start with the first layer and we're going to work backwards, just so we can kind of create the effect of, the landscape kind of zooming, and kind of falling into you. So here I have my whole sheet, and so what I want to do is I'm going to just create basically a cutout, like a frame, a window, and I'm going to make it like a funky organic shape. Right, so it's kind of tough to see, I know, but I did make this organic shape. If I hold up like this, you see it's kind of interesting. So it's going to be creating a frame. So next, what we want to do is cut this out. So what we're going to do is just cut it. So I'm going to just fold it in half right there and cut it. So that's going to be easy for me. I'm not folding anything, entirely making creases, but we're just going to go ahead and cut out our organic shape. So, you can follow along with the line, make it really, really, really even, or make it really funky. I'm not 100% following on the line just because I am moving a little quicker, just to be showing you. So if, you need to kind of cut some off, that's awesome too. I'm going to keep mine black to the side. You saw me put it right up here just because, I'm going to need it to use, to create extra, shapes and things like that for my landscape. So the next, I want to create something that's a little bit smaller than the one that I cut out here. So I think, I'm just going to make a different kind of organic shape, maybe just following the same line pretty much, and boom. So I'm gonna put the first one that I cut to the side, that's our first layer, put it off to the side. So I'm gonna just, again, to cut out this inside, just fold it a little bit, like I did here, and just snip. So that makes it easy for us to cut in the middle of the paper without creating a huge line to go and cutting up like our page entirely. So I'm just going along what I just drew to cut this out, and I'm going a little quick here and putting that off to the side. So right now you can kind of see how this is starting to kind of create this layered effect. So here, this is gonna be like our window, you know, entirely. So I'm gonna put my pumpkin to the side, it fell over, and maybe I'm just gonna create a nice simple circle, oval shape there. So it won't be as of an organic of a shape, it will be more oval shape. So there I am snipping the inside because we're not going to be cutting through the paper because I just want the hole to be right in the middle. So you see I'm slowly going and creating a circle, well, oval. I keep saying circle. Here we go. And so, you know, I'm just kind of going a little quick, so I'm kind of losing grip of my paper here. But that's okay. Not the best shape that I cut. So, you know, you can go ahead and kind of, you know, flesh out the circle there. So here we go. So now we have our 3 layers here. So now this is where the awesome part where we're going to make is 3D. So you have your cardboard, so we need to make some awesome strips of cardboard. So we're gonna, you know, cut nice thin strips. So if you have, you know, your scissors, we can cut some strips of cardboard because what we're gonna be doing is basically making frames. So we're gonna make frames for each of our layers so we can glue them on top of one another. So, you know, you can go ahead, pause the video, and then go ahead and cut out multiple, you know, like thinner strips. Like they can be like about a ½ an inch, you know. It's gonna be nice and easy to work with smaller pieces and thinner pieces. So let's go ahead and make our first frame. And I already have some longer ones cut out. So if you have any like white glue or anything, you know, that's what like you can use like to glue it on. But it's going to be a lot easier too if you have a hot glue gun. So what I'm gonna do is make a few dots here, and I'm gonna be gluing my cardboard strip to the top here. So this is now going to be the start of our frame for, oops, our layering here. So I kind of took that and cut that so it would be like the easy, the right size for our landscape. So hopefully you're starting to think of some ideas, maybe what do you want to put in your landscape? Like you saw mine was a house. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. And, you know, maybe you want to put like a bigger moon, maybe some more bats or something. You know, that's going to be your choice and your idea. So here I'm kind of putting it on the side here, measuring it just from my eyeball and trimming the cardboard there. So if you want to put your glue dots here on the paper or on the cardboard, if you have a hot glue gun, please, you know, have an adult helping you just because it can get hot and a little much. So right now, here we go. I am needing to just trim this part here. So we're making like a frame that basically is, you know, going to be separating our layers. And here it's not like the most perfect size on the bottom, but that's okay, it doesn't need to be. So there we have our first frame. So you can kind of see I cut, or I wasn't paying attention as much here to you know, maybe cutting the or like the way that I was gluing. So I'm just going to trim the edge here a little bit so we're not showing too much cardboard. And so you can kind of see that helped a little bit. So the next we're going to do is, so we want to, you know, glue it basically to the next layer. So here you can start to think about maybe if you would like to separate the layers a little bit more by maybe gluing another like actual frame to the back of this one, which I think I might actually do. Go ahead and do that just to give it a little more height, and so you can you know, you can go ahead and start adding, and you can make it honestly and separate them as much as you'd actually need to. So, but this is nice because I can start kind of measuring out here and just add that there. So I'm gonna actually save these cardboard pieces, you know, when I can, you know, maybe add extra layers to something else. But here I'm just going ahead and adding another strip to kind of give more height to my layer. So, you know, you're kind of thinking about shapes and, you know, this like kind of emphasis on, you know, space. You know, that's what we're really kind of focusing on today with this project. And I mean, obviously that it's Halloween, but really keeping it like a fun little paper craft with some paper and extra things that you have just like around the house. So you can kind of see how I'm doing that. And this one I'll measure out just because I know that I will need to make this one perfect. So you see I'm just kind of taking the time and actually putting it up there and looking, engaging to where I need to cut. But if you have an adult helping you, you know, they're definitely here to do that for you. So here we go. And so there I gave a little bit more like height and separation to our second layer. So next, you know, what I want to do is glue this, our second layer to our first. So I'm just going to take a few dots of glue, one on each corner, one in the middle of each frame that we just made with our cardboard. And I'm going to just, I can use either side, but I'm just going to line it up pretty perfectly. I'm going to try to, just to make sure and put pressure to make sure that, you know, we're gluing it perfectly how we want. So you can kind of see that depth it's creating into our second layer. So next, you know, what we want to do is make the frame for this layer. So I'm going to just take, you know, here, and just going to move a little quicker and adding our cardboard into the frame. So you see here, I'm kind of measuring this out. I have the Halloween music still playing in the background. I should turn it up so everyone can hear. Right now it's a song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. We can restart it. Perfect. So I have this layer perfect. I just put a few glue dots. That's why I love hot glue. It's just like easier to work with. And it can then dry really quickly, hence why I use it a lot for a lot of our projects. But it's always best to be using it with an adult because it is something that's really hot and could easily be, you know, burn you. So we don't want that at all. So here I am putting on my second frame of cardboards. So I'm cutting and adding the glue. Perfect. This one I can just kind of make shift with all my extra side pieces here that I've actually cut. My samples here. Perfect. So now we can add our last layer. So that's why it's amazing if you have so much cardboard lying around.